Hello and welcome to a chip off the old block toys. This is Jeff here, and today we're going to continue building set number 910002, and it's called, or I'm sorry, 910008, which is the modular construction site. Now we've gotten pretty far on it. Um, we've gotten to about the second level. Got a little bit to finish the second level, and it looks like we're going to continue to the third. And I'm going to pull this up on my phone because I need to pull up the instructions. It's just amazing how much I do in one day because now it's buried. But anyway, let me find this so that I can there we go. So here we've gotten pretty far, and I'm waiting for my phone to pull up because I don't remember how many bags we have done. So let's pull this up. There we go. Okay. But I hope you guys are having a great morning. We had about a half inch of snow, so just a little bit more than a dusting last night, not a whole lot. And it's really, really lightly snowing off and on out there. Yeah, we're almost in April, and we still have a lot of snow on the ground out here. I wish I could show you. I wish I could just turn around and show you the cameras. But anyway, we're on bag number 8. So this is bags 1 through 7 right here. Let's go ahead and let's start just going at it and building this up. And I will try to keep this in camera view as much as possible. I admit that's not one of my strengths because I get so carried away in building that sometimes I don't take a look and realize what I'm doing. So anyway, let's get her done. Oh, let me switch cameras. I'm sorry. That way you guys can see what I'm doing a lot better. And only that, it won't shake when I put pieces on there. All right, there we go. That is a really weird noise out there. I think one of my neighbor's cows might be loose again. Oh, shoot. All right. So I had a really good day yesterday. Yesterday I worked on more of my Lego sets. Like I said, I'm trying to build them all, and I'm trying to get them all to a point where um, I have them cataloged in brick set. And I'm over 800 sets, and I still have probably 40 something totes left to go in the low 40s. So quite a bit actually. And yesterday I built a Millennium Falcon. And what was funny is I text my friend, let him know. Oh, hey Greg, how you doing? No problem, man. Just join when you're ready. So I text my friend and told him I showed him a picture of what I built, and my friend said, "Well, how many MFs do you have?" And he meant Millennium Falcons, but I didn't immediately catch on, and I'm thinking, why is this guy using a swear word? Why is he asking me how many MFs I have? And it took me a minute to realize he meant Millennium Falcons because I've never. I mean, I get that's the abbreviation for it, but I've never heard it that way. So my mind, of course, went right away to the worst possible meaning of it. The answer to that is I have all of the Millennium Falcons except for the last 2 versions. And the reason why is that I just don't see any reason to keep buying it over and over. I've got the original one that's got the 4 saucer looking big pieces for the top and 4 for the bottom. I've got the 2 Ultimate Collector Series ones. I've got the one where they all open, like the individual flaps open all up. So I've got quite a few Millennium Falcons. Got a couple of smaller advent calendar. I think it's just one actually. But anyway, it is what it is. Oh, okay, I see. All right. Well, where are we gonna put them? Okay, there we go. So yeah, how many MFs do I own Millennium Falcons? All but the last two. But I've just, like I said, never heard of it referred to as that. So that's what got me. Um, so for those who are just joining me, thank you. Please hit the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment below, turn on all notifications. And if you're watching this on the replay, do the same, please. You know, like, comment, subscribe, turn on all notifications. You know the drill. And I appreciate all your support. I feel like the channel's going very well. There's been a nice increase, steady increase of subscribers lately. More people watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I try to make content that's interesting. I just don't expect people to like my stuff just because I put something out there. I try to make it interesting, not only what I'm building, but what I talk about. And I typically talk about things that go on in my life. And not that that's really all that interesting, but that's all I've got. So anyway. And for those of you who wonder about, because I do talk about the farm life, and it's not like I'm a huge farmer. I'm just a farm for myself. And right now I've got 17 chickens and a rooster, and that's been going pretty well. I get eggs from them pretty much every day. They're kind of funny because sometimes I will get anywhere from one egg to I've had as many as 13 in one day. So my chickens are kind of sporadic about what they give me. But yesterday was just a 2-egg day. The day before that was 8. So yeah, they just kind of do their own thing. And I was in talks with a not my next door neighbor, but the neighbor behind him. He raises cattle, and I was trying to get some, but I've decided that's a little too much for me right now, so I'm not going to get them this spring like I wanted to. But I would eventually like to have just maybe 2 or 3 cattle. I don't want a whole lot. Like I said, I'm not farming for profit. I'm farming for my own intents and purposes. So anyway. And if you guys have done any of that, chickens, cows, pigs, I'd like to hear about it in the comments. I think it's quite interesting. And if you watch my other streams, you know that I'm just a city boy trying to fake it out here. I don't profess to be from the country. I'm not from the country at all. But I like lifestyle out here, and in a couple of weeks, it'll be a year that I've been out in the country. And it's hard to believe sometimes that amount of time has passed, but it has. Oh, there's Greg. How you doing? Let's just get Greg in here. It didn't give me the sound. How you doing, Greg?
I'm fine. Drinking some coffee.
All right. What's your favorite flavor of coffee?
Oh, just black with sugar.
Oh, okay.
What about yours?
I actually don't drink coffee. I don't know. Never have. I've had plenty of friends that do, but I don't. So, no, I know we've talked about this, but just so people know, what sets are you waiting for in the mail?
The Lamborghini 2-pack.
Awesome.
You got that one?
I do, and I've already built mine. However, I was going through. I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier. I've been doing building all my old sets and putting them on brick set. And while I've been doing that, I came across Speed Champions that's kind of older now that I never built, and kind of a disappointment for me because I love building them things, man. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to fix that problem. I'm gonna have to build it real quick.
There's a new edition.
Oh, there is. What is it called?
Uh, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you meant Speed Champions, and I wasn't looking. Okay. Now that's Cody, right?
That's Rex.
Rex. All right. See, tells you how much I know. Um, I will make an admission. I've never watched Rebels.
Or Clone Wars.
I have watched Attack of the Clones, but
The Clone Wars.
what's that?
Clone Wars.
Yeah, the Clone Wars. That's what. Yeah, I never watched that. Anyway, you know something kind of sad. I was watching. I was watching a video about child stars and where are they now? And the kid who played Anakin Skywalker in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Did you know he got bullied really bad after the Star Wars films?
Yeah, I kind of knowing that.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up, man. I mean, like they blame him for the movie not being as great as it was, or as it should be, because it wasn't really a Star Wars film, as some people say. And I think that's really putting too much on the kid, to be honest. I mean, he's not a kid anymore, but that's just too much. I mean, he didn't write the movie; he was given lines to act, and I think he did his best in his acting. I think the blame needs to go back on the producers for not producing a movie that's of that quality. I don't think it's the actor's fault. Of course, maybe I have an unpopular opinion there, but what do you think?
Yeah. Don't blame the child actors. Blame the producers and directors.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones responsible for putting out something we want, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I kind of thought that was mean of people to bully him, and it got to the point where he swore off acting, and he hasn't really done any. So as far as that documentary said, I don't know. I haven't checked IMDb. That's one of my favorite websites for checking movie actors and stuff. And anyway, so I've talked to the wife yesterday, and
She said, "You better give me some more brickheads."
Close, Greg. She did say, I asked her about getting Disney Plus because I don't have Disney Plus because I want to watch Mandalorian season 3. I've watched 1 and 2, but I haven't watched 3, and I haven't watched The Bad Batch yet. And when I asked the wife about it, she said, "Yeah, go ahead. By the way, I want the password because I'm going to watch it in Korea." So I got my marching orders. I will be getting Disney Plus here the next couple of days, and I'll be watching The Bad Batch and Mandalorian 3, and who knows what else I'll be watching on there.
Probably the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Oh, I was thinking about Little Mermaid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around. Hello, John. How you doing?
Hey, John.
Let's just say they're not of the same quality. No, they're not, John. But I guess my point was that it wasn't right to put that on the shoulders of a child actor who was just reciting his lines. And I thought his acting was fine. If people don't like it, I think it's the lines itself, the script and the story. And you got to admit, I mean, I know this is probably another unpopular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyway. I thought Jar Jar Binks was a really weird character, especially for a Star Wars movie.
He's an in-closet Sith Lord.
I've heard that rumor. Let's see. All right. 2 more. Okay. Bad Batch, I heard, is okay. Yeah. I have the Star Wars or the Lego set of the shuttle with, I think it is 4 of the Bad Batch. And it's got a couple of speeder bikes with it. I think the set's pretty cool, but I'd never watched it, so I don't know the significance of it. So I got to rectify that situation and take care of that here real soon. So, but
Any
yeah, guys,
plans?
I'm sorry.
Any plans for tonight?
I think I got a hold of my sister because I was wanting to hang out with her, but she's still having flooding issues because you see, the snow started to melt, and then by the way, we're on bag number 9. Just interrupt myself here. My sister's house is just not doing that well because we keep getting snow, and she's at a lower elevation than I am, so it's warmer. And so it'll snow, and then it'll melt again, and so the water has not been able to penetrate the temporary measures they put up, but it's getting right up to the top of it, scaring the crap out of everybody. So they hired a company to fix it, but she told the company, don't, just dry it out at this point. Don't fix the drywall just yet. And a neighbor of hers has agreed to dig a ditch for her around that area so that the water will go in there first before it penetrates the house again. So anyways, I was going to go over there, and I'm not, because they've got so much going on, and I don't mean to be rude. I love my sister, but it seems like a lot of times when I go over there, I'm working, and I do enough work around my own house. I don't want to go somewhere to relax just to work. So I'm not going to be, I won't be going over there. And my friend Jim, I'd love to hang out with him today, but god dang, I don't feel like doing that trek over the mountain because I got to do the trek back. So I don't want to do it. So I think I'm going to hang around here and just put together some old Lego sets since I've been working on that quite a bit. How about you, Greg? What plans you got for today?
Probably nothing. My Lamborghini should be here by 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, house are flooding. Yeah. Yeah, that's what John's asking. Yeah, it is what it is. And she said she's going over to her daughter's house to do some laundry because her sump pump has been way overworked, and she doesn't want to do laundry because that'll use more of the sump pump. So I'm not even sure she's going to be home most of the day, to be honest. So anyway, well, I hope your Lamborghinis arrive in good style and not beat up, because we all have seen the beginning of Ace Ventura and that guy wearing Jim Carrey wearing the brown uniform, which it doesn't say UPS, but we all know it's supposed to be UPS.
As long as everything is in there.
Yeah. Come to think of it, I've never really been a box guy because I only keep the boxes to some of the more popular sets, like the one I'm building now. I will definitely keep the box, but the smaller ones, I don't even bother to keep the box. So maybe that's.
You go ahead.
Well, I was going to say maybe that's an unpopular opinion about not keeping boxes, but I don't keep them.
Does that come with stickers?
This one does not.
All printed?
Actually, I don't even think there's I don't think there's any printed even. I haven't seen any printed so far, but I don't know, because these instructions are kind of weird being on the phone instead of being printed. So I think it's kind of weird altogether. But you guys know I like my dumb jokes, so let's get one going here. Okay. Oh man, I'm sorry. This one's so dumb. I have trouble even saying it. Why did it take so long for the construction worker to propose to his girlfriend? Well, the answer was he was having trouble building up to it. Anyway, I told you that was pretty dumb. However, I do like the dumb jokes. The dumb jokes make me laugh. And when it comes to YouTube, that's about as dirty as a joke as I can tell you without getting a strike on my channel. So uh, we'll just have to stick to those kind of jokes.
Mm.
Believe me, if you ever caught me on the street, you'd be surprised what kind of mouth I have on me sometimes. But that's not a badge of honor or anything. I'm a son of a sailor. So and speaking of that, my youngest sister, she's always been the church going type, and I've been hanging out with her a little bit here and there lately, and I've noticed she's got quite the mouth on her. And I said something. Well, no, she said something to me. She says, "Man, I really need to stop this swearing." And I said to my sister, I said, "Well, it just proves that you're a daughter of a sailor." And she laughed and laughed. And she's like, "I never thought about that, but you're right. I am the daughter of a sailor. So what does it matter?" And I agree. What doesn't matter?
I bet she gave Dad a hard time
Oh, we
about
give my
cussing.
dad. Oh yeah, we give my dad a hard time all the time. My dad's a good man. Don't get me wrong. He taught me a lot of good things, and I am very grateful to have my dad as a example, because my dad taught me the value of hard work, and he was not one of these who just sat around and complained about things hoping they got better. No, my dad, he made things better. So I really appreciate that, because no offense, but I think there's too much complaining that goes on in this world. Instead of trying to fix things, people complain expecting others to fix it for them, and it's like, that's not how it works, man. I'll give you an example. We grew up kind of poor because my dad being in the military, there's not a lot of pay there, and there was 5 kids, so those kind of things were tight. And I remember this was in the early 80s, so it was after the oil embargo. We had the Ford Fairmont as a family car, station wagon, if you remember what those are. And my dad decided one day that, you know what, we're spending too much money on gas. And that car was a V8, that station wagon. So my dad did his research, and of course, this is before the internet. But he did his research and found out that if he put a V8 in, or V6 in there instead of a V8, he swapped the motors, that he would save a lot of money, enough to pay for the motor within a short amount of time. And so I remember that project. I wasn't very old. I was maybe only about 6, 7. And I helped my dad swap out that motor. And again, it wasn't about complaining. It was about putting your boots on and pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and getting it done. So I really do. Go ahead, man.
I bet that took an all-day job.
It took a couple weeks. But I just appreciate that example that my dad, sent to me. And to be honest with you, the reason I started this channel is not, I do love Lego, don't get me wrong, but I was afraid of my income disappearing with the start of COVID. And, my Lego sales on my store just disappeared for a couple weeks when the economy first shut down. And it really scared me. But I'm not one to sit here and expect somebody to swoop in and take care of me. So what little sales I did get, I saved the money, and I was looking for this camera set that I use right now on the internet, and it was selling for about $1,200, which, when you're not getting much sales, that's kind of hard to come by. Well, I kept checking that website every day for a while. And I guess that online store was having the same problem I was having. And so I logged in one day, and instead of being $1,200, it was $800. And they threw a couple of extras in there, like a photo editing software, which is actually really good, for free. And I went ahead and I bought it. I bought the package for $800. And just like a fool, I just dropped something, but I'll pick that up later. And that's when I started my YouTube channel, was to make sure I had income. And well, I'm not getting paid yet by YouTube, but it doesn't matter now, because that crisis has passed us, and I don't feel like I'm under the same threats that I was before. But I've enjoyed doing this, and I've met some good people like Greg and Richard Cranium, and there's a few others too, like Scott's Blocks. I met some good people, so I'm actually really happy with how things turned out. Oh, and Cajun Yeti and Click and Cliff, I bet too. I don't want to leave out, and I'm sorry if I didn't say your name and we're friends. I don't. That's the danger of starting naming names, because you're going to forget some, and then some people are going to see it, and then they're going to get hurt that I didn't mention them. But please, it's not personal. It's just trying to build and do all this stuff at the same time, and I just ain't that good with doing multiple things. I can barely chew gum and walk at the same time, so forgive me if I didn't mention your name and we're friends. John, well, I'll mention him, even though I've known John for many years. But John's been a great supporter of the channel, and I always appreciate his insights that he gives me. And he does give me insights off the channel. And so I appreciate it. And I didn't meet my friend Jim and Tammy from doing YouTube. I met them from helping my dad, but I enjoy meeting them and many other people. It's been a really good experience. And Greg, I know I've told you this privately, but I'll also tell you right now that I really do appreciate your friendship. You've been a true friend to me, which is hard to find these days. And I sincerely appreciate it, Greg.
You're welcome.
You're a good man, despite what anybody might say. And I'm just kidding. I haven't heard otherwise. I'm just joking around with you.
Any plans for Easter?
No. I've got pictures of when my granddaughter was here during Easter, and during that time we did an Easter egg hunt for her in the house, but they're not going to be here this Easter, so no. And my daughter Amanda just seems like, no offense, but she just seems like she's too busy for me. So
probably spend time with your sisters or mom and dad or something like that.
My mom and dad, I could see me doing that. Looking for that piece that I dropped earlier, and I don't see it. Okay, well, I guess I don't have it then. Oh man, now I realize what happened. All right, oh well, I'll have to fix that. Let's see.
Spend time with your sisters too.
Yeah, she's got grandkids that I won't mention their names because they're underage, and I don't have permission from the mother to mention them, so I won't mention their name. But she's got my sister's got some grandkids that are 9 and 10 and even younger, and the one that's 10 years old, you know, his dad's not really a part of his life, kind of thing, you know, and he looks up to me as an example, and I like hanging out with him, and he loves my Lego builds and stuff. And so if he's going to be around, I will definitely be around on Easter. Yep, that's what happened. I got rid of the dish. I've got it though. Let me get it. All right, I've got it. What about you, Greg? Are you going to do anything for Easter?
Probably go up to my aunt's. Go up to my aunt's for a barbecue or something like that. Okay. Go to church. Hopefully, go to church too.
Yeah, I should probably go to church too. I just haven't felt like it lately. Um, in fact, my church, if I were to go, starts in about an hour. But I'll be honest with you, man, I don't feel like going. So, all right. So let's see here. Um, let's see.
It's gonna be. I hope this is gonna be a cool summer down here.
Yeah, you tired of the mugginess?
Yeah.
You see, Greg, I grew up mostly in California. So when I moved to Kentucky and Ohio area, I had never felt humidity before. And I know it's not as muggy as Texas, but it is muggy there. And I remember this really hot day. And I remember thinking, oh, yeah, it's supposed to rain today. It's going to cool everything off. And it did. It rained, it cooled everything off. And then about an hour after it stopped raining, all that water started evaporating. It got even more muggy and it warmed back up and it was sticky and nasty.
It's like where I'm from, like they're around the Gulf is like a wet heat, wet sticky heat.
Yeah.
Like up near Amarillo or El Paso, it's like a dry heat.
Yeah. When my daughter, my oldest daughter lived in Austin for a little bit. And when I went to go visit her, that was a dry heat up there or
Yeah.
down there, or I don't know where it is in relation to stuff out there. But yeah, so I know what you mean, man. It really, you go from one place to the other, and the state is so large that it's not like Wyoming where it's just pretty much cold. You guys got different climates. Well, so here's the deal. I got a few things planned. We're gonna try to. So tomorrow, I'm not planning on doing a live stream tomorrow. But I am planning on doing it on Tuesday. And tomorrow's video is going to be an update on the Grand Lion Hotel. I need to start working on that. And then Tuesday will be another live stream finishing or working on this. I don't think we're going to finish it. And probably Wednesday will be another live stream of this. And hopefully I'll finish it on Wednesday. We'll see. But I'm not going to stick to exactly an hour live stream anymore. I want to get these builds done a little bit quicker because I've got so many things working their way. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit longer live streams, maybe squeeze in an extra bag every live stream and make it go a little faster.
A bag or two.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, man. I've just got so many things that on my plate right now, and from what I've heard, that extra train show, they're still negotiating with the people to see if we're going to do it. But last I heard is that it looks like it's on. So I've got a lot of work to do if it's on. I'm going to do some light rail in the middle of the street. And I've got a package coming from Germany because there was a guy out there that had the pieces I needed. So I put a very large order in, almost $400 in just straight parts. And I'm hoping that'll have everything I need for that. Now, let's see. Let's put this to the side. All right.
Have you
And I
done?
also go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I'm also going to do the Studgate train station as well. And that's one of these crowdfunding sets. But I'm sorry, Greg. Go ahead and say what you got to say, man.
Hey, have you done the Porsche 963 yet?
You mean this guy right here?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I need to. So that's part of the reason why I want to do these live streams a little bit longer, because I just got to get through this stuff, because I've got so much content. I actually plan my content out a couple weeks in advance, and right now, if I were to do a live stream or video every single day, I've got enough content for 2 months. So, and that's without new sets coming out. That's without not new ideas. That's just what I've got right now planned. So, I kind of feel the need to speed it up because, well, we all know Lego's going to come out with new sets, and I want to cover some of them. So that'll push some of my content further out. So I want to get through the content that I want to create and make way for new stuff as it comes along. I really hate to admit this, but that Hogwarts Express, the one that doesn't work with other trains,
Yeah.
I feel like it's been calling my name. So I don't know. I'm really thinking about getting it, but I haven't decided. But if I get it, I will build it on the channel. What do you think of that one, Greg?
It's cool, but it doesn't work on a normal track though.
Yeah, and that's a lot of what's kept me from working or getting that one, because it's just going to be a paperweight on the shelf, and I know it. So
I hope the Orient Express works on normal track though.
Oh, it does?
I hope so.
Okay. There will be more. John saying there'll be more Harry Potter and Lord of the Ring movies. Awesome. And that means there's going to be probably more Lego sets, because Lego, they love their Harry Potter and they like their licensed sets. They make a lot of money off them. And I don't blame them. I'm not, they are a business, and that's what they're in business for, So and sometimes I get bothered by people getting mad at companies for making money. I mean, that's what they're there for. Because if I didn't get paid for what I did in my Bricklink store, I wouldn't do it. I mean, everyone needs money to survive, So anyway, Warner has the movie rights to this. Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't aware of that. Thanks, John. Kind of reminds me of the Weird Al song, Headline News, which that's about all I could say, because there are some parts of that song that's inappropriate for this channel. Do you know that song, Greg?
Vaguely.
Oh, it's the one where he. Okay, I can say part of it and give you hints to what I'm talking about, but you remember the story with Lorena and Jim Bobbitt?
No.
The guy who lost his something because his wife cut it off.
Oh yeah.
Well, Weird Al sings about that in the song. So that's what makes it inappropriate for YouTube. But he talks about they bought the movie rights, and And I'm sorry, but Weird Al, oh, that guy, I love his stuff, man. In fact, I was listening to a little bit of YouTube this morning before I jumped on here, and the song "I Think I'm Alone Now" by Tiffany came on, and I couldn't hear her words, man. I could only hear Weird Al's "I Think I'm a Clone Now," and then later on, the song "Gangster Paradise" came on, and I didn't hear Coolio singing, man. All what I heard was Amish Paradise in my head. So Weird Al's corrupted me, man.
Have you watched this movie?
I have not. What'd you think of his movie?
It was pretty funny.
So have you ever I've been to one of his concerts way back in the day. Have you ever do you know about what he does at his concerts?
No.
He does fake interviews. And oh my gosh, they are so funny. Weird Al has definitely got some talent, man. All right, so let's see. What do we got left here?
When you look at Jenny, when you realize she's very plain.
Actually, Greg, I got in trouble for that once. Because when that song first came out, so I'll tell you this. Jenny's not a woman who wears makeup. And she's the kind of woman that has the right face color and that kind of stuff that she doesn't need makeup. So, and she used to have straight hair that went all the way down to her behind. She doesn't anymore because in the military, you got to take care of your hair and it's a pain to have it that long. So she doesn't. But she did at one time. And when that song came out, she wasn't wearing makeup. She had long, straight hair. And I remember when I saw those words, when I heard those words, I looked at her. And so I told her that was her. And she wasn't too happy with me. But that's what happens when you're married as long as I am. You give each other a lot of crap and no one really cares about it. You just if you get had, you wait until you have a moment where you can get them back and say something funny.
Yeah.
So she is 13 hours ahead of me. So it's kind of weird because like right now it's 10:40 at night there. So I won't hear from her for a while. But we do talk just about every day. And what's really awesome is that, you know, back when I first got married and then when I was a kid, used to have to call by long distance telephone, which was just too expensive. And nowadays, I don't even have a landline. And I don't pay long distance at all. You just use an app like, well, there's all kinds of apps. There's Skype, which is kind of old. Not too many people use that anymore, but Skype, Facebook Messenger, Signal. I mean, heck, you can use WhatsApp. There's all kinds of ways to communicate, and it's all free. And it doesn't matter where in the world somebody is. And I think that's a really awesome technological breakthrough. Talk about making an older product obsolete. That's what happened there. This is why Rings of Power was so horrible. They weren't allowed to use anything but 2 footnotes in the appendix. Really? Oh, man. That almost sounds like it's not worth it to make the movie, John. I admit I didn't watch them. Yeah, here's my reminder, church. My phone, it just popped up on my phone. I ain't going though. And if I get much taller on this, I'm gonna have to pan out a little bit. All right, well, here's coming another joke here. Why did the construction worker shy away from making construction jokes? And the answer is because he felt like the jokes needed more work. Okay, 3 of those.
How's your other kids doing besides Amanda?
They're doing pretty good. I talked to Spencer yesterday, and Spencer, he's he's at the stage of life where he's trying to figure out what he wants to do, which I don't blame him. I mean, really, at the age of 19, I didn't know what I wanted to do the rest of my life. So I'm not hard on him for not knowing. We talk things through, and he's been practicing on his guitar a lot, and he did he knows how to do Smashing Pumpkins today, the song Today. He can do that on guitar pretty well. And then while we were talking, I suggested to him that he do the song from the group The Laws called There She Goes, the original, not the one that Sixpence the Richer did. Sixpence None the Richer, I'm sorry, because the original was from The Laws. And he listened to that song and he's like, wow, I didn't realize that song was so guitar heavy. That'd be a great song to learn. So I kind of turned him on to that. We have good conversations like that. Just try to explore some of his interests. I think it's pretty safe to say I figured out what my interests are. And it sure would have been nice at his age to have someone to bounce ideas off of like this. But I honestly didn't have somebody like that was in my corner.
Next time you tell him, dude, I was made for loving you.
Well, that's not a bad song. I just might, Greg. Let's see. I got to turn this thing around because I can't. I'm not good unless it's facing the same like thing that way that the instructions are. I can't do it. I'm not that good at it. Okay, so we got a couple windows coming up. All right. I think I know where this is going for the next little bit.
Or a Metallica song.
Oh yeah, Sandman. That's a good one actually.
Or or One.
Okay. Well, there's also Unforgiven. That's got some good guitar strings in it. Anyway, yeah, that's some good stuff, man. And to be honest with you, I kind of like the older music. Well, not kind of. I do like the older music more than I like modern music because modern music doesn't have a whole lot of instruments in it. And I love listening to older songs where they've got a piano or a saxophone or actual real guitars. I like that stuff.
I don't mind going to a Metallica concert.
Oh, I don't either. I've been to one. I was much younger, but
get my eardrums blown out.
Yeah, you definitely would get your eardrums blown out on that. But that's some good stuff, though. All right, let's see. What do we got here?
Or Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne, I mean, okay, I'm not trying to be critical of him. He's had a great career. He's made a lot of money, been very successful, but I did not like it when he started doing that acting stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
But he hasn't done a whole lot of it anymore. He's kind of backed off of that. Of course, you know, a lot of it was his two kids, but now his two kids they're well in adulthood now. They're not. I remember hearing about her name's Sharon, right? His
Yeah.
wife. I think it's Sharon. I thought it was kind of funny when she was like, I almost left him because of his drug use. And there were people on Twitter when she said that he did drugs. And I'm like, really? You didn't know? You can't tell by looking at that guy that he's done more than his fair share of drugs. I'm sorry, but sometimes people just ain't the brightest, the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean, come on, man. Really? Ozzy Osbourne. You didn't realize that. Okay. You just can't help some people, Greg.
Sabaton, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
Or Sabaton.
I haven't heard of that one.
Judas Priest.
Yes, I have heard of them. Yeah, so now we're on bag 11.
You know, Idaho's bringing back the firing squad.
Yeah, I read that. And, you know, yeah, there's going to be controversy over that because people are going to say it's cruel and unusual punishment. You just can't please everybody because this country's so divided. You got people against the death penalty, you got people for the death penalty. It's just all over the place. And then those who are against the death penalty are against lethal injection. You know, it's just all over the place. And I'm not saying either way how I feel, but I'm just saying it's so divided. All right, so I've been working. I know you can't see us, but I've been working on this right here. And I'm gonna continue to. I guess I'm assuming that it's gonna keep going by the arches I see here. So let me turn it back around so I can see it and work on it. But I wanted to show you that. Okay. And this is probably, well, not probably. This is also inappropriate for YouTube, but so I'll tread carefully here. Speaking of Ozzy Osbourne, we were talking about a little bit earlier. I love their part in Austin Powers movie when it's about the satellites that look like. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. I can't go any further than that. But I like his part when he's in there and he's like, "Oh my goodness, it looks like a freaking set of." I don't know. Have you've seen the Austin Powers movies, right?
It's been a long time.
I admit I'm pretty juvenile. I really like those movies. I love the part where the guy, his name is number 2, meaning poop. That's just some really, really, shall I say, irreverent humor in there. But that's the reason I like it. I mean, it's funny as heck, man. I mean, I didn't expect that. And then when he drinks the coffee thing, or he thinks it's coffee in the mug and it's not, it's a fat bastard stool sample. And he's like, this tastes like, and he's like, that's because it is, Austin. And he goes, oh, it's quite nutty. That was so gross, man. It was so unexpected. So I know you like movies a lot, Greg. What movies are you looking forward to coming out?
Fast 10, Oppenheimer.
Okay. So when are those supposed to come out?
Hold on. I know Oppenheimer's gonna be July 12th.
Okay.
And May 19th is Fast 10.
And hello, how you doing? Nice build. Thank you. Yeah, this is one of those what do you call it? Crowdfunding sets. And only 10,000 of these ever built. John says Oppenheimer, John Wick 4, Mission Impossible for me, and don't forget the Mario movies. Okay, all right. Well, I'm a little behind, guys. I don't. That's why I like having you guys around. Well, I like having you around for many reasons, but one of the reasons I like having you guys around is that you guys have different. We have similar interests, but then we have interests that are different, and I always like hearing your insights on things, especially movies, because I really don't get into movies that much anymore. But I did like I have seen the first 3 John Wicks, and so I would be interested in seeing another. And Fast and Furious, I've watched all the movies in that franchise, and I know this is probably another unpopular opinion I have, but Tokyo Drift is actually my favorite one, and I've heard from a lot of people online that's the one they like the least. That's the one I like the most. What can I say? What is your favorite Fast and Furious so far, there, Greg?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, this build is called Modular Construction Site, and it's a Lego set 910008, and it was just released. Wow, I just got it in the mail. So yeah, it's really new.
You got the observatory?
I did not. Unfortunately, the money just wasn't there. I was able to get 3 of these, which cost me dang near $1,000. So, and what's really hard about buying these, Greg, is that they don't charge your card right away. You buy them, and then Lego takes their time producing them, and then they don't charge your credit card until it ships. And so it's kind of a guessing game of, am I going to have the money by the time it comes out? And the answer to that for me was that I set aside the money as soon, obviously when I order, I know it's going to be about $1,000. So I start saving the money and put it aside so that by the time they are produced about a year later, I've got the money for it. But it's kind of a guessing game, yeah. I think I'm going to pan this out probably in a little bit because the thing. I don't particularly care about the video game movies. Okay, yeah, I don't either. I don't like the first movie that his dog. Yeah, though, I thought it was funny how even the bad guys were like, "You don't mess with John Wick," and because his dog was killed, he went after him viciously. But I did like that though. It was a good movie, and yeah, very sad. I like the first and second Fast and Furious after I lost. Oh, really, John? I don't know. I like the franchise. What can I say? And I bought the DVD sets Back when there was, I think, 8 movies, I bought the 8-pack with all of them. So yeah, definitely a fan. I haven't bought the more recent ones. Well, I guess there'd only be one more, 9, and then of course 10 when it comes out. But yeah, I'll definitely watch 10. And let's see. Oh, here we are. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see what I've been doing. I forget you guys can't see. So last time I showed you, I think we were right here. So we've done the detailing work over to here, and based off the pieces, we're just going to continue over here. Fast and Furious 9. Yeah, it's an awesome Lego set you're building. Thank you, man. I do like this set, and I've got a couple more after this one. After this one's built, I have the Studgate train station and the Winter. Is that Chalet? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, English is my first language, and I don't even know it that well. But yeah, I did a video of me getting them in the mail. So if you want to go back and watch and see what they look like, I'd appreciate that. And not only that, kind of gives you a preview of what I'm doing next. And are you still there, Greg? No. Okay, there he is. All right.
Accidentally pushed the wrong button.
Oh no, I didn't hear the thing's not working. It's supposed to give me a little chime when someone enters, but it's not doing its job. I just happen to see you, and I can see you, but it's kind of grayed out, and that's how I know you're not there. And I need to that you're there, but you're not in the stream yet, and I got to add you. So anyway, I just noticed that. I'm sorry. I hope you weren't waiting too long.
I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, me too, actually. I might just go in the backyard and pick up some eggs out of the chicken coop.
You cook you an omelet?
Yeah, actually, I eat quite a bit of eggs these days because with 17 chickens and a rooster, you end up with quite a bit there. In fact, I can't even keep up, and sometimes I give them away to some of my neighbors because my neighbors are cool and they help me out. And John says the dog happened to be a beagle. Sorry, man. Yeah, that's right. You got a beagle. So that would be hard for you. And let's see. John Wick and the one franchises I ever saw. Yeah, it's a good one, man. And what's your opinion of Lord of the Rings movie? I actually haven't really watched them, so I don't have an opinion. Greg, what's your opinion on Lord of the Rings? Have you watched those?
They're pretty good movies, but they're way too long, though.
Are they those 3-hour ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to watch the extended cuts on HBO, which is over 4 hours.
Well, you know, the first extended movie like that I ever watched was in the theaters, and I'll admit I was like 16, and I'll admit I had my girlfriend with me, and we weren't really watching the movie, if you know what I mean. But I think that's pretty typical for that age, right? Anyway, we watched Dances with Wolves, and when I watched that, I just remember thinking, "My goodness, this is a really long movie," and it really was. It was like over 3 hours. It was like 3 hours and 2 minutes or something, and well, it's kind of a great movie if you're not going to the movies to watch the movies, and you're going there with your girlfriend, if you know what I mean. But anyway, enough about that. But that was the first movie I ever watched, and I remember there was a part of that movie where the screen went blank for a second, and I thought, "Oh, this is the end of the movie." No, there was a whole another hour after that. So, kind of, you know. All right, so now I'm gonna try to build this so you can see this at the same time I'm building it, but it is hard for me to do this. I'm not very skilled at this. Did you miss me? Hey, Mayo, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it has been a while, man. and we still need to get together, Mayo, because I'm ready. I would say in about 2 weeks, I'm going to start doing the daily bugle. So we need to get together for that. I'm a man of my word, man. So for those of you who don't know, I bought 10 daily bugles. Well, 11, but one of them I'm keeping in its natural original format. But the other ones I'm going to build a huge mock out of. So that's coming up here in probably about 2 weeks, maybe 3, depending on what's going on with my build schedule. Oh, this is not wanting to go in. All right, let's see. Agreed. Oh, movies don't need to be more than an hour and a half long, and I got to catch up on comments. Let's see. Okay, you're fresh. Okay, movies don't need to be more than 3 hours and 32 minutes. That is a long movie. Sometimes movies are just too long. Oh, I have daily. What do you think of the Daily Bugle, by the way? I like it. 25 minifigures. That's a lot, but I like the ones they included in there. And let's see. I'm available if you want to talk about it on camera now. Well, what is... So I know we talked about this before tentatively, but I didn't quite follow, and that's just because I'm slow sometimes. But I do have the StreamYard account where I paid for it. So is it a matter of setting you up as a co-host? Is that what it? I think that's what we said, but I honestly don't remember. And do I have to have a second camera, or can we just use the one camera like what I'm doing right now? I don't know if you know those details. I don't. I've been thinking about asking some other YouTubers that I've seen do that way, if that's how it works, because if it is how it works, then that's pretty easy. Yeah, 11 daily bugles. Yeah, I do. I have 11. I will say this. I have a Bricklink store, and that's where most of the money for this comes from. My job is okay. It pays okay. It doesn't pay enough to buy 11 lady bugles, but my Bricklink store does. So when I tell you in my little promotions at the end of every video about buying my stuff on Bricklink, that is what I use the money for. I use it to support my habit, if you get my drift. Because my normal job, I need that money for food and mortgage and that kind of stuff. So by having a Bricklink store, it provides what I need to do this extra stuff. And just about every YouTube I know uses StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard's awesome. I'm glad that I started using it. And when are you streaming a daily bugle build? I would say 2 weeks, maybe 3. And it's going to be a joint thing. Mayo has his own channel, and Mayo, please feel free to drop a link. Let's see here. I know a thing about TuneMare if you want to send me an invite. Okay, yeah, let me do that real quick. Do I have you? I don't think I have you on Facebook. I think I'm just gonna have to. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go on. What do you call that? Instagram, real quick. Let me do that. Let me send you an invite. Oh, cool! It tells me I used my phone an hour and 7 minutes less a day on average last week. Oh, awesome! Because I don't like being on my phone, to be honest. All right, so let me Let me find good old Mayo here. There he is, Mr. Mayo Hoskins, it says. All right. Let me send him an invite here. Well, if I could spell StreamYard, I don't want to send him a bogus link here. Keep things more interesting if I did, though, right? I'm just kidding, Mayo. I'm messing with you. GUI. And sorry for this little cut here. I'm sending out an invite there. I hope that works. Let me make sure I typed that right. Yep, it looks like I did. So yeah, when we see Mayo pop up, we'll invite him in here. Mayonnaise. I'm not a moderator, so I can't comment. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I didn't know that. Well, I can make you a moderator. Well, can I? Because I don't know if I can from here because I'm in StreamYard. I don't know enough about this stuff. It's funny. I work in an IT role and I don't know IT that well. That's because of the company I work for. We're all siloed. And so our organization is so big that everyone has their own little thing. And so there he is. I heard at that time. For some reason, I didn't hear it when Greg did it, though.
Mangali is in Galiv.
Hello, how you doing, Mayo?
I have concluded my spiritual journey and I feel a lot better.
Where were you?
I was on a break from social media.
Oh, okay.
And I feel a lot better than I did a month ago, but I'm still feeling rusty and I'm ready to get back into the swing of things.
And there's, Mayo, I've taken a few breaks myself here and there because sometimes all this does get to be too much.
Yeah, because I decided a month ago that I wasn't happy with myself, so I needed to make a lot of changes in my life, and I've been able to make those changes, and now I feel like a better person.
Okay. Well, I hope you don't mind.
So let's get down to the crux of StreamYard and stuff, because any time I hear you talking about that, I'm like, yeah, let's have a conversation.
Well, before we do that, though, I hope you don't mind me interjecting a small joke here. Are you familiar with the U.S. show Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
Okay. Back in the day,
Alec Baldwin was a great Donald Trump. He really was. Before,
he was, and I like making fun of both sides of the aisle. So I'm not impartial. I make fun of anything, and I enjoy jokes about both sides. So, back in the day, and I'm talking about when I was a teenager, they used to have these little skits about, and it was called "Deep Thoughts" by Jack Handy. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
That's probably before my time. I started paying somewhat attention to Saturday Night Live skits from the mid-90s onwards.
Okay. So this would have been early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy were always just off the wall. And one of them that he said was, it was supposed to be a spiritual thought. He said, some say that God dwells within us. I sure hope he likes enchiladas because that's what he's getting today. So I'm not making fun of your spiritual journey. I think that taking care of yourself spiritually is very important. But a little bit of humor here and there is also important. All right.
Yeah, because laughter is the best. Laughter is the best medicine.
Because the Eagles lost the Super Bowl?
Huh?
Because the Eagles lost the Super Bowl?
No, I went on a spiritual journey because I felt like my creativity was being hamstrung.
And okay, so we got a few more comments. Let me catch up on that. Greg, looking good today. Nice Lego car. $10 if you shout out my friend Robert, who likes your content. Okay. Well, I don't know who Robert is, but and by the way, I don't have an account to donate $10, but I appreciate it. Does your friend have a channel? Because if he does, I'll be happy to promote it here for a second. All right, so Mayo, what are your thoughts about how we can coordinate this?
Coordinate what?
Oh, the
I'm not quite
StreamYard.
sure.
How would we? What do we need to do to get this going?
We don't really. Well, if you wanted to do the co-ownership thing, I believe there should be a button on the homepage of StreamYard, and there should be a drop down. I'm guessing somewhere near the billing. I'm guessing I've never seen. Well, I've never paid enough to be a co-owner, but I believe there should be a drop down menu somewhere, and I've never done it before, but I'm guessing you have to. Well, I'm guessing there would be somewhere where you enter the person's name to be a co-owner. I'm guessing it's an email, and I would guess then it would send an invitation to that person's email to
Okay.
accept co-ownership. That's my guess. I've never done co-ownerships, but I'm guessing that would be. So that means that, for example, you might be doing a live stream, but you sorry, you might be doing, well, you might want to do a live stream, for example, and you might be late to your own stream. So if you had a co-owner, you could have you could have a co-owner start the stream without you being on the panel, or you could say, hey, I want to do a regularly scheduled live stream, but I can't make it today. Can you host the stream for me?
Okay.
That's
All right.
that's what that does.
Okay.
So I'm
So
not quite sure what you want to get out of co-ownership.
okay. Well, I'll tell you what I will do. Send me your email through Instagram.
I have no problem stating that I'm anyone for business inquiries can find me mayohosco@gmail.com.
Okay. So okay, Mayo. Okay. That's easy enough to remember. Okay. So but just in case, let me write it down.
Yeah.
You said Mayo Hasco.
Yeah, mayohosko@gmail.com. But that's where I get anyone to contact me about business inquiries.
Okay. All right. So I wrote it down. So after this stream, um, I'm going to talk to a mutual friend, and I don't want to name him, but I think you know who I'm talking about. Who has done? I know they've done co-ownership. So I will make sure, and I'll look also on the menu to see if I can find it first, because maybe I don't need to contact them. Maybe I can find it real easily. But I'll play around with it this afternoon and see if I can get that going. It will be. I'm thinking more like 3 weeks, because I'm looking at all the content that I've mapped out over the next couple weeks, and I've got quite a bit of content to put out. And I don't know if you know, but we got invited. Oh, see, I can't reveal it yet because it's not finalized, but we got invited to an unusual, very unusual venue to do a show. And
Is that through your log?
yes, it is. And because it's not finalized, I don't want to reveal it. However, I will say, if it goes through, this is going to be the most awesomest venue and an absolute honor to display at this place. So,
Is it an invite only exhibition?
it is. It is. And there's only one other club, and they're a model railroad club that's been invited to this venue. So it's going to be a small venue, but one that could have international implications. That's how big this is. Because this is not it's an unusual venue for a Lego show, but it's just really awesome. So I better shut up because I feel like I'm getting close to revealing what I shouldn't be revealing. So hopefully we will know by the end of this week that it's on or off. And even if it's off, I will still reveal the fact that or where it was going to happen, just so people know that I'm not smoking crack when I say how awesome it would have been. But what would be even more awesome is if it goes through, and I'm announcing that, hey, we're doing the show here, and that's what's going on. So we'll give it a little patience here. Hopefully, we'll know by the end of the week.
I bet you're happy about that.
I am very happy about it. Oh, Richard, how you doing? I'm sorry, I'm like way behind on comments. I look up and boom, there it is.
Hey, eggplant head, did you miss me?
Yeah, Richard. I gotta admit, Richard, I've got a lot of people I like on here, but you're one of my favorites. And no offense to nobody else, you're all my favorite to a degree. But Richard, man, I like Richard's commentary on my videos. I just anyway.
Yeah, and as I told Richard last month before I went on my spiritual journey, he should probably change his YouTube name to From Blocks to Mocks, because that's what he is on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's like I said, I like his commentary. Good guy. And happy Sunday, guys. Awesome set and build, by the way. Thank you, man. It's not mine.
Yeah, that's the Bricklink designer program construction site. And I know because they use those weird scaffolding pieces.
Yeah, this is one that I wasn't sure I really wanted to get, but you have to buy it in advance. And when I was looking at it online, I wasn't sure I was going to have the money because they don't charge you right away. They charge you about a year later. And it was really a toss-up whether I was going to get it or not. But then
I see when I think about the content you've done on YouTube, and I first saw that set come up, I was like, yeah, a chip off the old block toys is going to be buying that, no question.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm predictable.
Particularly because of that huge parking lot you tried to build once upon a time underground.
Yeah, I'm still trying to build that. But I know you haven't been on social media, so I have revealed this on my channel. I'll reveal it again. That shop that I have is an absolute disaster. Unfortunately, it was built wrong, so wrong that as the snow has been melting, it has gone underneath the walls, come into the shop to the point where I had about a ½ inch of ice on the floor, about 75% of the floor of the shop.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm not spending any time in there because, well, the first time I injured my back was when I slipped on the ice. And that was 20 years ago or so. And my back's never been right since. So I'm not so sure on my feet when it comes to ice, and I don't even want to try because I don't want to aggravate an old back injury or, so I pretty much stay out of the shop these days. I was in there yesterday and there's only ice on about 20% of the floor. I did have a general contractor come out this week, and he feels really confident that he'll be able to solve my water problems in that shop. So I'm just waiting for the estimate to see how much that's going to set me back. But don't get me wrong, I'm going to do it because I'm determined to have that shop be my YouTube studio. I mean, that's the whole reason I bought this house.
Yeah, because you've probably got what you call a shop that could probably, well, I would I would guess that it's bigger than the barn that Bevan's Bricks has.
I'm not trying to brag, but it is because Bevan's Bricks has revealed that his shop is 1,800 square foot. Mine is 2,400.
Yeah, so yours is about 25%. No, it's no, 33% bigger.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Bevan's Bricks. He's actually one of my favorite YouTubers that I watch
Yeah,
on a regular basis.
yeah.
So, no, I love his designs and I love his city that he's got. I love some of the commissions that pieces he's gotten paid to do. He's a
Yeah,
good guy.
yeah, exactly. Because as I always say, it's not the space, it's the way you use it. Everybody loves the country.
Yeah, no, you're right. So
And for those who don't know, that's from a furniture store commercial in my city.
oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. So, Mayo, since you've been gone for a while, I don't mind. Please put a plug in right now and tell us what you got planned for your channel.
Okay, so I have turned over a new leaf, so thank you for asking me that. So I am I'm in the middle of making a lot of big changes. So the live streams going back to normal, the city updates going back to normal, but the videos I do in between are going to be vastly different because I had a goal, I had a New Year's, not necessarily resolution, but a New Year's goal to convert my channel from a Lego collection channel to a Lego City channel. So that means I need to get into shape of doing a lot more content about things I'm going to put into the city rather than stuff that's related to my collection. So if anyone likes Lego cities and if anyone likes vintage Lego, then my channel is definitely a good place to go. If anyone wants to see all the other social media where I'm at, you should probably go to Mayo Hosco at Weebly, no, sorry, mayohosco.weebly.com to see where I'm at on social media. And also, if you like Minecraft as much as I do, consider following me on Twitch.
All right. Well, actually, you probably don't know this about me, but my son and I, he doesn't live with me anymore, but when he did, we used to play Minecraft just about every day together.
So
And
was that creative on Java by any chance?
yes, and we did the mods or they don't call them mods, do they? What do they call them? Shoot, my son would know. The ones where you got the extra packages and you've got the extra metal blocks and it has all
So
kinds.
the extra, the add-on mobs and skins that you could pay for.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, the customizable stuff.
Yes, we did a lot of that, and we actually found what was it for something Forge, where you didn't have to pay for these packs. I mean, maybe they weren't as good as the ones you pay for, but I'm not into paying for that kind of stuff. So that was good enough for me was to have the free stuff.
Yeah, because I've never paid for anything on Minecraft, and the only thing I have paid for is the server that I run.
Yeah. So
Because I run a Java creative server that I play every Saturday morning with my friends who pay to be on the server.
okay. Well, see, my son and I, we had a server set up in our home that we didn't pay for, and that is part of my skills for my job, that I know how to do that. And we had a great time, man.
Wait a minute. Did you skirt around getting a server without having to pay for it?
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? Does anyone remember when the Recording Institute artists, the Recording Industry Association of America, RIA, sued all of the people who pirated illegally downloaded music on Napster, and then LimeWire took over from Napster. Well, there was someone back in the mid 2000s who figured out how to skirt around paying for LimeWire Pro with LimeWire. That's what your story reminds me of.
Well,
Does
okay.
anyone else remember LimeWire?
Yeah, I do.
Because with LimeWire Pro, they promised that if you paid for it, you get better search results. That's what your story reminds me of.
Yeah, we skirted around that. I'll be honest. Had a heck of a fun time doing it too. But anyway, I used to do stuff to my son, like if he wasn't on the world, I'd go to his house and fill it full of sand or gravel. What are dads for, right?
I'll put a gravel in the rafters of his house, so when he tried to build something, it'd fall on him.
I never thought about that, but that would have been a good one.
Because if anyone's seen some of the Minecraft sets, they have a play feature where if you release a Technic pin, the gravel blocks drop down onto a Lego Minecraft skin's head. Is the play feature.
Yeah. Oh, I got to tell you this. I sent my son a picture yesterday because I went to the supermarket, and Cheez-Its, they have teamed up with Minecraft, and they now have a Minecraft Cheez-It flavor cracker.
Oh my god, that reminds me of when Frito-Lay made Mountain Dew flavored Doritos. They were disgusting.
See, now I never tried that, so I'm gonna take your word for that, man. Oh boy.
See, my friend who pays to be on my server bought over a bag of one of those once upon a time, and I was like, really? And there was no way in hell I was ever going to try that. He took one bite of one and immediately spat it out.
Yeah. Well, I just sent him a picture. I didn't buy it, and I'm not going to buy it. But it's pretty amazing what kind of stuff they've got these days. But yeah,
like a Mountain Dew t-shirt.
Well, I do like Mountain Dew, but not anything but the regular flavor.
Yeah, so do I. I heard that in some of the eastern states in Australia, they finally got Taco Bell. So I'm hoping in the next 2 years, Taco Bell will expand into all Australian states, so I can try Baja Blast. But since I registered for Brickworld Chicago last week, finally, I will probably go to a Taco Bell in Illinois to try a Baja Blast. Probably buy some nachos to get Baja Blast.
So you're coming to Chicago, huh?
Yes, I finally registered and I got my passport in order now. And actually today, because it's now 3:04 a.m., I'm going to go to the travel agent to try to book hotels and flights.
Okay. Well, just to let you know, Chicago, I need a passport to get in there too. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome, man. So when is Chicago Brick World?
I think the public days are the 17th and the 18th of June. And I'm going on the 3 private days beforehand as well.
Okay. Wow, I think my lug is having a show during that time in Ely, Nevada, I think. But dang, man, I'd actually like to go. I didn't know about this. I will have to see what I can do about that. And for some reason, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. I was wondering why this doesn't fit. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, if I end up going, man, we got to hang out a little bit, at least. That'd be cool. So is that? And I'm not trying to be. I'm just asking because for my future plans, do you know about how much it costs to get into this venue?
Well, I know that a ticket for the private days is $85, and I
Okay.
think the public days for anyone over the age of 13 is like $14.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So now I gotta. This is gonna be the last bag, by the way, today. Oh boy, this is like. It's a lot harder than I thought to get on. All right, here. Oh, make sure I'm gonna back the camera out just a little bit because of how big this is getting. All right, there we go. Well, awesome, man. Chicago, huh? I've been through Chicago a couple times, and Chicago is a very interesting place because South Chicago, I wouldn't want anything to do with it. But you get to some of the suburbs on the northwest side, like Schaumburg and all that.
That's where the convention is. In Schaumburg.
Okay. Okay, that's a very beautiful area, and it's well taken care of. It's nothing like South Chicago, I'll tell you that. So that'll be interesting.
It's a good thing Chicago ousted that.
Well, I know people have joked about Chicago being the world's largest outdoor shooting range, but that's not in the Schaumburg area, I tell you that.
Well, maybe when Mayor Beetlejuice was in power, maybe.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that's
know
what
exactly.
I heard everyone calling her.
Well, they're not wrong, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I mean, she does kind of look like Beetlejuice. That is funny, man. I've never thought of her that way, but dang, man.
I also heard a small amount of people compare her to Gollum.
All right, well, you know, that's providing a mental image that is probably going to scar me for life, but thank you. I'm only joking, man. It's all good, man. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for this build, because this build, like I've said earlier, I've been half tempted to convert this into a regular skyscraper and not have it be a construction site. And I haven't fully committed to that yet. It's just a thought in my mind for right now. But don't be surprised if that starts becoming a stream here in a month or two after I'm done with my current content.
I saw a lot of people saying the same thing because Lego doesn't do that many skyscrapers, which is why so many non-Marvel fans went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over the Daily Bugle, and I know because I was one of them.
Yeah, it's a great set, and you're right. They don't do skyscrapers. In fact, I had somebody in the comments, I can't remember who, asked me my opinion of the boutique motel. And I think the boutique motel is an awesome set. However, I think it's kind of cheesy that you have a hotel with only 3 levels and only 3 rooms. And so I bought a second one and I expanded it to 4 levels. And I still think it's too small. I'd like to have it be like 5 or 6 levels and be like a mini little skyscraper. And who knows, one of these days I just might. So you're definitely right on that. And that reminds me too. I'm planning on doing the Grand Line Hotel. I'm going to do an update on it. That's going to be tomorrow's video. And I finished the second level of the Grand Line Hotel in time for the last show. And I committed to my lug that I will have the third level done by the next show. But I'm actually going to try to have the third and the fourth done. So some of my content is going to shift over to the Grand Line Hotel in its progress. Just something I'm committed to doing. And I've always wanted to finish that set, and I just haven't been able to because I'm kind of like that fish Dory on Finding Nemo when it comes to Legos. I can't focus on something for very long.
Yeah, she has a short-term memory loss.
Well, I have that too, and I think it's I'm going to blame that on having 4 kids, because when you got 4 kids, man, you can't focus on anything for very long. No, I'm just kidding. And there's some comments here I need to catch up on. Richard says, I used to lose LimeWire every day when I was a CD king in high school. Richard, you must be about the same age as me then. See, Mayo came back with bombshell news. Hey guys, I know I've been gone a month. By the way, I'm going to Brick Road. That's awesome, man. I am really happy for Mayo being able to do something like that. That is very cool. And by the way, I need to get my passport because Mrs. Chip wants me to go visit her in Korea, and
Lucky.
I let my passport expire.
I also let my passport expire, so I had to go through extra paperwork.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain, but you know what? I should always have my passport. You know what I mean? So I'll work on that here, like with the same efficiency of being Dory, though.
You gonna visit the DMZ?
Actually, I wouldn't mind visiting it.
Visit those commies up north. Go see those commies up north.
Well, I'm not going to cross the DMZ. I'll visit the DMZ, but I'm not crossing over into there, because images of the movie Salt come to mind when she was captured in North Korea. But anyway, I don't know if you've seen that movie or remember that movie.
With Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yeah. That's the one. Yeah, that's God, that movie's probably 10 years old at least now.
Came out in 2010.
Yeah, so 13 years ago. Dang. Well, yeah, after this bag, I'm going to call it a day on this. And like I said, tomorrow will be a video about the Grand Lion Hotel. And then on Tuesday, I will do yet another live stream on this. And this thing has like 22 bags. So it's
What bag are you on?
I am on bag 13.
11 more bags left.
Yeah, so that's at least 2 more streams.
9 more bags left.
Yeah. Oh, what? I'm missing a piece. And I mean it this time. It's not just me. I really am missing a piece. That is totally not cool, Lego. All right. Well, you know what, though? The good news is I've got so many extra pieces, I'm going to grab it. So what I've done is with that 200 pounds of Legos, loose Lego that I bought, I didn't put it away. Originally, I was going to, but what I've done is I've organized it into parts. Like this is my slopes drawer. And I did that with like Brick Modified, all that stuff. And it has come into handy so many times because I don't have to go out to the shop and chase stuff down. And so I'm not going to end up putting away those 200 pounds. I'm just going to end up doing exactly what you saw just there. And the guy I buy from, he had like another 50 pounds this week. And I put my finger on it. I almost pulled the trigger and bought it. And I thought, you know what? No, I need the money to fix the shop. So I did not buy it from him, but I came so close to doing it. Let's see. Chicago is nicknamed Shrek for a reason. Lawyer like just like Beetlejuice, yeah. And Steve saying hi to John. Daily Bugle was the best set to make a skyscraper from. Fun fact: DMZ stands for demilitarized zone, but it's actually the most militarized zone, and it is. You're right. And my wife has been in Korea for about 2 months now, and they have an interesting concept there. They've got doggy daycare, and it's like what it sounds like. If you work and you don't want your dog to stay home all day, you take them to doggy daycare. And the cool thing is that the general public can come in, and if the owners agreed, you can actually spend time with those dogs and pet them. And my wife loves going to those little shops. They're like a little coffee shop like little thing where you spend time and you get something to eat, and at the same time you can play around with some dogs. So anyway, that's one of my wife's favorite things to do there.
But Enzo would like it there.
Well, I'd be scared to have Enzo there. I think just due to his size, they might sell him by the pound. I'm just kidding. That's not very nice for me to say that. I got 3 windows to put together. We are almost done with this bag, and this is, like I said, going to be it for me today. Tuesday, Wednesday will be live streams to work on this some more. Oh man, I hate this. All right, guys. Let's see. Oh, all right, easy enough.
How's Max doing?
Max is doing pretty good. He's I think for those who don't know, Max, I took him to the vet a couple weeks ago because he was really having some issues, and basically the cat's pre-diabetic, and so I've had to ration his food, which has been really hard on him because he's used to being able to eat whatever he wants, whenever he wants, and he cries at me a lot. But he is doing better, and he is losing a little bit of weight. So the more weight he loses, the better his condition is going to be. So he's doing pretty good because he's losing that weight, man.
What about Buddy?
I just kicked Buddy out before I started the live stream because Buddy and his brother Tux, they're very mischievous. And so I didn't want them in the house while I was doing a live stream because they think that they can get into whatever they want when I'm doing a live stream. So I picked them up and threw them outside. They like getting on the kitchen table, which I'll just say I don't like my animals on my kitchen table. That's where I eat. So since I can't watch them while I'm on the stream, but I can hear them do it, it just upsets me. So I threw them out and said, nope, you guys aren't doing that. Okay, so I just hit the mouse. Let's see here.
Did you name your rooster Foghorn Leghorn?
I love Foghorn Leghorn. He's funny. Oh, I really don't care. I know I'm telling you stuff that'll help you find me if you really wanted to, but Foghorn Leghorn has this famous line in his thing where he says, "What happened to you? You look like 2 miles of bad road." Well, pretty close to my house, there's this place. It's called 2 Mile Road. And every time I pass that, I think about Foghorn Leghorn and his saying about looking like 2 miles of bad road. There's also 4 Mile Road close by, but Foghorn Leghorn never did a bit about that. So he's an unusual character, but I love him. Oh, okay. Greg, did you watch his cartoons much as a kid?
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, I liked him quite a bit. Oh, okay, I see. All right, so let's put this on. We're just doing a little bit of scaffolding work, it looks like. I guess I shouldn't tighten those down so much because I need a little bit of room here. Well, I know that Lego's supposed to be coming out with some more of these designers, and obviously I'm going to take a look at it and see what I think of it, and if it's looks like it's going to be a cool set, I'll probably get them. And I'm not sure how soon that's supposed to happen. They're kind of just random. They just kind of throw them out there. Now I know they announce them about a week beforehand, but actually about 2 weeks beforehand they announce when it's going to be on there. But I think these are some of the most interesting builds that Lego has done. Okay, so here. All right. Oh, and also, if I can get my stuff together, there's a brand new off Lego brand store in Ogden, Utah, which is about an hour from me.
Is that where
And
Donny Osmond was born?
I can't remember. I don't know the Osmond family. I'm not sure where they're located today, but way back, like 1992, 93, when I lived in Provo, Utah, which I lived there for about a year and a half, the Osmond had a huge, huge mansion in Orem, which is just the next city north of Provo. And a friend of mine, well, I guess he's more of a friend. He was my pastor. He owned a house on the same street as the Osmonds. So the couple times that I went to his house, I had to pass the Osmonds mansion. Anyway, never been inside their mansion, never talked to them, never saw them, but saw their house.
Plus, he's a background dancer of White and Nerdy.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's funny though. I love that song. Weird Al's a good guy.
Yeah. You know, whenever someone talks about Weird Al, I always think of that one Simpsons episode where they got when they got Weird Al on.
Yeah, no, yeah. You know, though, have you guys seen that mini documentary where it talks about all the things the Simpsons got right?
No.
Oh, it has like, and again, I'm not meaning to get political here. That's not the point. the point is they predicted something where in the cartoon they had Donald Trump coming down an escalator, announcing his run for presidency, and then a couple years later he actually does the same exact thing. I can't remember what other things they had in there, but they had I think it was 20 things the Simpsons predicted. I thought that was pretty cool. Again, I'm not talking politics, I'm talking predictions.
Have you spent time in New Mexico or Colorado before?
I have not. I know someone who used to go to New Mexico State University, and them and their friends went to an old cobalt mine. I think it was, and they nearly died there 30 years ago.
Oh, dang.
They nearly got trapped in a New Mexican cobalt mine.
Yikes.
Which was long abandoned. And, with all the electronics that are the buzzwords and whatnot, America needs as much cobalt as possible.
Oh, yeah. No doubt on that. In fact, around here in Utah, there's a lot of abandoned mines too. And I used to do urban exploring before the internet was really big on it. But mines are something that I will not do. And if you are local to this area, it is not unusual to hear somebody went exploring and, well, they never came back out. And so I just think they're too dangerous to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd probably be fun to do it, but I tend to like to do activities that's not going to kill me. I love life too much. I want to be here. But yeah, I have you guys seen that living in an abandoned or living in a ghost town at Cerro Gordo, California? Guy's got a YouTube channel and he's mapped out all the mines, the old silver mines and stuff in that area. And that's about as close as I'm going to get to mine exploring, is watching somebody else do it.
Sorry, I'm just distracted with something else right now.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm trying to look up addresses because with where I want to go in Chicago, I'm going to do a lot of stuff in the metro area as well as the western suburbs.
Okay.
Because for those who don't know, Chicago is one of the only American cities where all four of the big four railways get together, plus Amtrak.
Yeah.
Burlington Northern, Santa Fe, Union Pacific, the Chessie Seaboard System, and Norfolk Southern all go through Chicago. And I believe Canadian Pacific comes into Chicago too.
Okay. No, I did not know that.
So when I'm in Chicago, I'm gonna try go to as many locations near the big four railway yards to do some train spotting, because I love Lego trains, and the reason why the Metroliner is my favorite Lego train is because of the Amtrak livery. If the Horizon Express, which is based on a French TGV electric multiple unit, had power functions, that would be my favorite Lego train of all time. But you can't beat the 9-volt motor. But weirdly, the Metroliner didn't come with the speed regulator.
Okay. No, I didn't know. Do you own the Metroliner?
No, I wish I did. I started collecting Lego trains 1 year after they switched over from 9-volt to power functions. Back then it was called RC.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. I've got a couple of the RC or the 9 volts and the RCs. All right, guys. Well, here it is. This is bags 1 through 13 right here, and I'm going to wrap it up right here. Mayo and Greg, thank you for being part of the stream. I do appreciate it very much, and thank you for all those who also participated. And a couple more comments. Richard says America won't mine cobalt anymore for environmental reasons. Correct. They leave that to Africa, which I've seen documentaries on that. That doesn't make me happy. That's some really crappy conditions to work in. There's a whole entire town for sale in Arizona right now. It's a ghost town. There's also one in Utah as well, but it's for like 3 or 4 million. But I think it's $1 million. You have your own town, city hall, and own police station, all of it. I'm going to have to take a video and pics of our local train setup for Mayo. Down here in Orlando, we have a train system called Sunrail. Awesome. And also, there's a place in Utah called Roundhouse, Utah, and it's an abandoned railroad town, and the footings for the roundhouse are there, but the rest of it's gone. Anyway, interesting stuff. I've always wanted to visit it. It's only about an hour and a half from me. I probably will. So is Promontory Point. That's about an hour and 20 from me. And of course, that's where they drove the Golden Spike. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment below, and turn on all notifications. Be good to each other and stay safe out there. And I will certainly catch you guys on the next one. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.